the beginning of that game. Mercer looked like they were going to run away with it, but Western Carolina came back and got the W. UNCG, of course, you got to talk about Keyshawn Langley, not starting tonight, but the kid is outstanding, pouring points anywhere on the court. His brother, Kobe Langley, will be starting. Here's the starting five of UNCG. Kobe Langley, Muhammad Abdul-Salam, DeMonte Buckingham, Dante Tracy, Caleb Hunter. A small lineup. Now you do see that Boss Leita is not in the starting lineup. He is out with a concussion. For Western Carolina, they'll be without their star, Nick Robinson. A three by Petrakis puts Western Carolina early ahead, 3-0. There's the starting lineup for Western Carolina with Harris, Baycoat, Gilmore, Banks, Petrakis, and without, of course, Nick Robinson, the transfer. Tracy running the point, putting it down low to Buckingham, and Tracy straight away three. Off the 10, but rebound by Abdul-Salam. Caleb Hunter, who had a team high against Western Carolina in Cullowhee, they're at number 44. Langley driving into the paint, puts up a floater, and solid smack back by Abdul-Salam. Langley going up against Harris. Still can't find the bucket, and the fight continues for the Spartans. Caleb Hunter says, I'm tired of it. By the rebound hustle there. He said after the game against UNCG up in Cullowhee, he said this team has to get physical. UNCG just bullied the game up there in the mountains and got an easy win. Baycoat, the Indiana State transfer, will give it to Banks on the right wing, and he puts up a shot. Marlowe comes down with it. Baycoat with a three on the way. And the ball again batted up in the air, played a couple times of volleyball back and forth. And UNCG will get it and inbound it. Three-pointer missed by Baycoat as UNCG back with possession. And Langley wants to drive in on Baycoat. Baycoat with solid defense. Abdul-Salam will muscle his way and put up a hook. No good. Rebound, Buckingham. And it is taken away by Banks. Banks gets past Hunter and lays it in for two. Banks, the freshman from Hampton, Virginia, averaging almost 8 points per game. It's Tracy as Banks on in. Langley dumps it down low, the low post, double teamed. Abdul-Salam lost it, and Western Carolina off and running up the court with Harris. Baycoat checks over at Coach Gray and will slow down the tempo. Three on the way, Banks. Rebound, Abdul-Salam. Spartans winning the rebounding category 4-1 early. Tracy driving in on Banks. Go under the basket, kick it back out to Buckingham. Buckingham lost the handle, looking for Hunter to cut. Still with it, trying to find somebody to shove. 5 seconds on the shot clock. And Langley goes in with a floater. And it's the foul on Harris. Looks like the foul will be on Gilmore. As the shot clock ticking down, Langley had to attack the basket and drew contact. As Baycoat walks over here to talk to Coach Gray. Western Carolina with a 5-3 lead. Langley's first free throw, no good. Spartans shooting 75% from the stripe in SoCon competition. Kobe Langley misses the first attempt from the free throw line, second one on the way. this. Jones comes in off the bench. Baycoat. Banks. Harris will give it back to Baycoat. Baycoat with Petrakis trying to set the pin for Baycoat. Baycoat with Jones on him. Here's Woolbright. Woolbright has had an outstanding season. Almost lost it to Langley. 3 on the way and goal by Harris. In Western Carolina with 2 trays. And they lead 8-3. Tracy gets the pick from Buckingham. Hunter. Jones, again the shot clock down to 6. Caleb Hunter is going to have to rush this Coliseum. When I spoke with Coach Jones, he said the key to the game is taking care of the basketball. As UNCG Spartans have 3 turnovers to start this one. Tracy gets the pick from Jones. Buckingham being guarded by Harris. Shot clock again down to 7. 3 on the way. Buckingham pops it in. And the lead for the Catamounts is 2. Baycoat running the point. Transfer that Coach Gray got from a transfer portal, and he drives in, slashes in, and lays it up, and good. Catamounts with a 10-point lead. Tracy calling up, being guarded by Banks. Tracy now to the left, goes under the basket, kicks it out to Buckingham, who's already hit a 3, hit every part of the rim. It doesn't go in. Rebound, Western Carolina. Catamounts hurrying up the court. Backed it up. Woolbright wanted to penetrate. Will dish it off to Baycoat. Baycoat, good defense by Langley. He's able to keep it alive. That transition, here comes the Spartans. Tracy wanted to drive baseline, goes up against Petrakis. Langley from 3. Missed it. Jones with a rebound. Jones with a solid rebound. And Tracy from straight away 3. Put that on the board. And it's just a 1-point lead. Woolbright will slow it down for the Catamounts. A junior from Albany, Georgia. Did not play AAU ball. And takes it straight into the paint. Put up a floater. Rebound, Spartans. Langley. Tracy with Baycoat, gets past him. And Tracy, baseline, gets it off the glass and good. And UNCG gets the lead. 5-0 run for UNCG. Baycoat gets swatted by Jones, and Jones takes it away. Langley now will intact the basket and draws the foul on Baycoat. Langley very quick and immediately beelined it to the rim. And also draws foul. Both teams shooting 44% from the field. Western Carolina led by as many as 5. UNCG's first lead right now at 11-10, and Langley struggling at the free throw line. Buckingham with a big straightaway 3. UNCG is 3 of 6 from Treyland. Western Carolina 2 of 5. Something Coach Gray said they had to improve on their 3-point shooting. Langley finally gets a free throw to go in, and the Spartans lead by 2. Buckingham with 3. Tracy with 8 points. 3 of 3, 2 of 2 from 3. Tracy, the senior guard from Orlando, Florida. In a small lineup. As Tharrington checked in for the first time, along with White. Moving in is Price. Price backing in, then a turnaround, and a rebound ripped down by Abdul Salam. Tracy wants to run. Hunter, long three on the way. And solid.
Go easy with licensed agents available 20.
And we're back here, Greensboro Coliseum. Tracy with his first miss. But UNCG gets the offensive rebound. They're one of the best in the SoCon. Tracy with Woolbright guarding him. Tharrington from three. And Tharrington, who just checked into the ball game, puts in a three for himself. Tharrington's career high was 12 points against North Carolina Wesleyan. He was 4 of 5 from three. And the lead now 5 for UNCG. White with Woolbright penetrating on him. A three on the way. Missed by Banks. Rebound pulled down by Abdul Salam. Abdul Salam already with 4 rebounds. UNCG with a +7 in the battle of the glass. Tracy goes up strong. The 6-footer uses the glass, and Tracy's in double digits. 10 points for the transfer from Robert Morris. Harris will dump it in. Woolbright gets past. Tracy blocked away by Abdul Salam. We'll give it to Tracy. Tracy won to continue to run, but he'll back it up. And then a lob inside to Abdul Salam. The ball movement is superb, and it just got out of the reach of White. Western Carolina trailing by 7 now. Price from 3. And Price answers with a 3 for himself. A junior from Radford, Virginia, cuts the Spartan lead to 4. Under 10 to go in the first half. Tharrington, long distance. Again, Abdul Salam smacking the ball away into the hands of his teammate Keyshawn Langley. Langley camped out at 3. Looked at it, he wanted it. Tracy says, I'll take it. Tracy says, I got it. It's 20-13. Tracy with 13 points here in the first half. A natural point guard that came in from Robert Morris. A 35% three-point shooter is on fire, and Western Carolina throws it away. UNCG fell behind by 5 without Boss Leita. And they used a small lineup, and of course the help of Dante Tracy with 13 points. And UNCG leads by 7. Their largest run is 11-0. Right now they're on a 14-3 run over the last 5 minutes. Langley, Keyshawn Langley up against Petrakis. Rebound Abdul Salam. White from straight away. White, good from straight away. And the Spartans can't miss. The run continues. 6-0 run for the Spartans. A missed shot by Price. Rebound Spartans. Good dish to Buckingham, and he puts it to a 25-13 lead against Western Carolina. An 8-0 run for the last minute and 12 seconds. 19-3 run in the last 5.5. Western Carolina talked things over. Hoping to get UNCG to cool down. Price drives in, kicks it to Petrakis, and Petrakis with a 3. The big man played at K-State, a walk-on, also played in JUCO. Comes over and can go outside as well as inside. Buckingham. 25-16. Harris. Langley with Abdul Salam behind him. Abdul Salam will take on the one-on-one against Petrakis, and he missed. Little hook shot. Woolbright on to spin. He did have some space to his right. A shot on the way by Price. And who gobbled it up? Of course, number 4, Abdul Salam. Buckingham from 3. Buckingham, good. Buckingham, another transfer. Best three-point shooter on this UNCG basketball team. Baycoat goes up high, and Jones said he had all ball, puts his head down. A foul will be called on the coach's son, Miles Jones. Last 7 minutes, UNCG, who came off to a slow start on a 22-6 run over the last 7+ minutes. Hunter will come in for the rebounding machine, Abdul Salam. Buckingham knocking it down from distance. And UNCG as a team shooting 54% from beyond the arc. They lead by 11 with 6:40 left to go in the first half. Baycoat, free throw good. And the lead for the Spartans is 10. Keyshawn Langley, 14 points, 6 rebounds against Western Carolina up there in Cullowhee. Langley. Jones will show the pick, a shot on the way by Hunter, and Hunter will pop in a 3. UNCG 31-18. There's 6 minutes to go. Baycoat, nice cut by Harris. Harris goes baseline and then pushes it out to Petrakis, and Petrakis is just lighting it up outside. Another 3 for number 3-3. 31-21. Petrakis with 9 points. Solid dish in the jam by Jones. All smiles from Langley. And Jones with a hammer. 33-21. Baycoat up against Jones. Off the glass. Rebound Langley. Langley now will go up against Banks. Got past him. And the ball's loose. And the referee will point in the direction of Western Carolina ball. 5:05 left to go in the first half. Spartans on a tear offensively and also on the boards. They've out-rebounded the Catamounts 17-5, and they're without their big man, Boss Leita. Harris, cross-court pass, drove into the double team. Petrakis wants it with 8 seconds on the shot clock, and the ball goes out of bounds. Another turnover by the Catamounts. And UNCG gets it back. 33-21. Last time down, Miles Jones hammered it down. The pass from Langley. 33-21. Tracy running the point with 13 points. Baycoat trying to shut him down. Farrington. White pump fake. And will spin into the lane with some extra steps. He's called. And the ball will go back to Western Carolina. 6 turnovers for UNCG, just 3 for Western Carolina. The Spartans lead by 12, 33-21 with 4 and some change left to go in the first half. Woolbright. Pedrakis pump fake, then goes up and draws the contact. A foul will be called, I believe, on Caleb Hunter. And it's Buckingham who gets called for the foul, his first. Second team foul for UNCG. Western Carolina with 3 team fouls. Petrakis sinks the free throw. And now he's hit double figures with 10 points. Second one on the way. He's got 11. 33-23. There's 4 minutes left in the first half. Tracy has cooled off a little bit. Spartans have definitely had the ball moving. White, reverse, switched hands and missed it. Western Carolina gets it back. Harris, not much space, will have to drive on Buckingham with a left hand, and he missed it. He's upset with himself by not hitting that one. Western Carolina desperate. Looks great as Western Carolina Catamounts getting out rebounded 18-6, and the second chance points that have hurt them too. UNCG with 15 points off a second chance. That's good defense by Banks. He goes out of bounds. Last lead for the Catamounts, 10-9 early in the first half at 13:44. It's been all Spartans since then, and especially this kid, number 24. Hunter, 2 seconds on the shot clock. That's short. Abdul Salam went hard on it. And a stoppage of play. And Abdul Salam will get called for the push. UNCG started this game with speed, with 4 guards and 1 forward. Only the big man, Abdul Salam. Turnover. UNCG with the press. It's a turnover by Western Carolina. Langley looks at Abdul Salam. Abdul Salam, reverse it in. His first 2 of the ball game to add to his 7 rebounds. 35-23, 2:37 remaining in the first half. And Woolbright, not sure if he's looking for a pass, but wasted that trip. And the ball given back to the Spartans. Petrakis with 11 points. Harris with 3. Banks with 2. And Baycoat with 4. Petrakis up against Abdul Salam. Abdul Salam maneuvering and had a little bit of a look. And a tip away. 3 on the way from Harris. Too strong, good solid second chance pickup by Woolbright. And Woolbright puts in the 2. Scored a career high of 20 points against ETSU. Langley at 1:40 and 10 seconds on the ticker. Bounce pass, wasn't on the same page, but Abdul Salam was able to get it back. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, good from 3 from number 3, Kobe Langley. That's his 4th point of the night. Jones at the scorer's table getting ready to check in. UNCG leading 38-25 with 1:12 remaining. 3 on the way and good. A response by Banks. And Banks has 5. Buckingham, a transfer that came over with Mike Jones, was originally going to Radford. Followed him here to the Gate City. Tracy with Gilmore in front of him. Seven seconds on the ticker, straightaway 3, and he missed that one. Just hit the back or the heel of the rim there. It looked good coming from his wrist. It's about a 6-second differential between the ticker and the game clock. As Woolbright trying to dictate some traffic here with Gilmore. Puts up a shot, missed it, also tried to tap it back in. Woolbright still just with 2 points. Two seconds, 1 second, 3 on the way! It's been one that has been a head scratcher this season. His team has shot the ball well in the first half, shooting 52%. Dante Tracy leading with 10 points in the first half. Baycoat wanted to drive, kicks it out to Banks, and Banks puts up a 3, misses, rebound, Gilmore. Gilmore can't find the bottom of the bucket. Tracy comes off and runs it up the court. Langley will back it up. A shot on the way. The rebound, Buckingham, who has 8 points. Petrakis leads the way for Western Carolina with 11. Langley, closely guarded by Banks, puts up a floater, and Buckingham gets the rebound. Coach Gray just shakes his head as it gives UNCG another chance to score. Second chance points has been a thorn in the side of the Catamounts tonight. Abdul Salam got big down in the paint and couldn't find a window to put it up. Stoppage of time on the court. And before Saturday at Samford, Spartans were 16-11 overall, 8-7 in that congested SoCon, tied for third with Mercer, VMI, and Wofford, and a half a game ahead of Samford. With 3 games remaining, played solid defense, just couldn't score. Loss to the Bulldogs, and Samford remains hot. Harris starts off hot from 3. Lead cut to 10 for UNCG. Tracy. A whistle sounded on the court. Maybe a foul on Price, the junior from Baltimore, Maryland. There's 29 appearances coming in to tonight. At 16 points versus Mercer and that win. Tracy trying to get past Banks. Now Gilmore will guard him. Swatted the ball back. 10 seconds on the shot clock. The feed inside. Buckingham is now in double digits. Spartans by 12. Baycoat. Price gets with a closer look, gives it to Gilmore, and foul on the floor. I think the foul will be on Hunter. A foul's on Banks. And the foul is called on Tracy. So Tracy called with a foul. Baycoat will inbound it. Banks right in front, Abdul Salam. Ripped down by Langley, Kobe Langley. Senior from Orlando, Florida. Running the point for the Spartans, Hunter. Ticker down to 9 seconds. Bucket good. Tracy now at 12. Season high was 16 against UMass back in November. The Spartans have a 45-31 lead. And a whistle blown on the court. Now should be on Abdul Salam. Tracy, the 2 to push the Spartans up by 14. Jones, Coach Jones having a dispute with a referee, and it looked like the referee showed the technical foul. So the technical given to UNCG. Baycoat will take the free throws. Second one by Baycoat, good. (45-32). A technical called. I'm trying to find out who the technical is called on. If it's Coach Jones. But Western Carolina drops in a 2 by Price. A 4-point swing there for the Catamounts. 45-34. Tracy, pull-up jumper. And Tracy with another 2. 14 for Dante Tracy. Baycoat, the Indiana State transfer. Move it to the low post to Price. Price, fade away. Woolbright pulls it down. Woolbright goes up and jumped there by Miles Jones. Price lost it, tried to give it back to Woolbright. Foul on Kobe Langley. Kobe Langley just smiles. Doesn't agree, but I say he'll take it. Under 16 to go here in the second half. UNCG has actually been outscored by the Catamounts 7-6 here in the second half. We may have gotten an offensive foul on Western Carolina to give the ball right back to UNCG. Western Carolina desperately needing a run here, down by 12. Tracy running the point with Jones, who just recently got in the ball game. Hunter, who led all scorers in the first game against Western Carolina, puts up a shot that's short. Jones follows up, and it's short too. Baycoat wants to run it. Swings it to Harris. Harris already has dropped a 3, goes in strong against Jones, and Jones says, do not enter, rejects it. And UNCG on transition, Buckingham lays it in. And Buckingham now with 12 points. 49-35. Bako may have gotten away with a shove. Insert pass to Woolbright, slapped away by Tracy. Everett, who's just come in the ball game, put up 2 shots, blocked again. Jones not having it at all. Hunter with a 3 on the way. Too strong. Woolbright wants to run it. Here's Harris from the corner. Rebound Hunter. Western Carolina 0 for the last 5 tries. Gilmore will go to the scorer's table along with Banks. Everett just checked in. Here's Tracy driving into the paint. And Tracy puts in another deuce. Originally committed to Army, went to Robert Morris, and then transferred here to UNCG. Leading the way with 16 points. He's tied his career high. Langley almost took it away from Harris. Still on the ground. And it'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow. UNCG. Except Coach Jones is irate. Coach Jones was up off the bench, barking at the official. But the Spartans get the ball back, hoping to continue this 6-0 run. The lead has swollen to 51-35. Hunter just with 6 points. Now he'll have 8. Nice backdoor cut by Hunter. And it's 53-35. Bako. Swatted away by Abdul Salam. Bako went in with the shoulder, trying to get a fadeaway to get the shot over big number 4, Abdul Salam, and Abdul Salam still swatted it. Bako inbounds it to Banks. High energy defense by UNCG. And the shot clock horn goes off. And the Spartans get the ball back. Another big run for the G. 8-0 run. Last 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Jones with 4 blocks in this game. Abdul Salam with 2. A wave off. The attempt by Buckingham. Foul on the floor. It'll be Everett with a foul. And he comes back out. With Petrakis coming back in. Six blocks for UNCG. Still 12 and a half to go. Leading 53-35. Langley from 3. String music. Langley says, let's keep running it. It's an 11-0 run over the last 4+ minutes. Catamounts, 3 turnovers. the last 4 minutes. They have a total of 8. They took care of the ball in the first half. UNCG has taken care of the basketball here in the second half. Still with just 6. Western Carolina with 8. Gilmore. Abdul Salam. Banks. Pump fake. Pull up jumper. Rebound Buckingham. Buckingham says, let's keep running it. And Hunter will decide to slow it down. Keyshawn Langley, our player to watch tonight. And it's just 3 points. Nice dish into Abdul Salam. Here in Greensboro, Western Carolina had 28. Right now, they have held the Catamounts just to 7 points. This free throw by Buckingham. Spartans on another run. They've been running the entire game. This time 11-0 run in the last 5 minutes. Free throws have not been too kind for the Spartans. 2 misses from Buckingham. He doesn't miss that much. Woolbright goes up, gets the contact. A solid idea by Woolbright. Averaging 10 points per game. And one of the top in the SoCon in assists at 4.2. And misses the free throw. He also has a cut over his left eye. Not sure if that happened in the first half. Coach Gray says he has a great feel for the game. He beat Mercer at a layup with 49 seconds left to give the Catamounts a 66-65 lead. They held on to win 69-65 against the Mercer Bears. That was their last time on the court. They trail by 20, 56-36 to these Spartans, who's looking for the sweep against the Catamounts. Last season, Western Carolina upset UNCG 81-80. Mason Faulkner is now transferred to Louisville, hit the game-winning three-pointer with 53 seconds left. At a team-high 28 points, Catamounts snapped a 10-game losing streak to the Spartans. Baycoat to the corner to Banks, and Banks rattles that in. Banks with 8. (56-39). Both teams with 5 team fouls. A great rebound by Gilmore. And Western Carolina hoping to build a run. Here, what a dunk by Woodbright. Just kept rising, got on the ladder, and threw it down. UNCG back with the basketball. Western Carolina with a 6-0 run. Lead cut to 15. And the lopsided rebounding count has also gotten closer. 6 seconds, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Langley will throw it back over to Langley. Kobe Langley with a 3. It'll be a shot clock violation on the Spartans. Slow and steady. Western Carolina hoping to build this run they put together here in the last minute and some change. Press comes on by Tracy guarding Baycoat. Baycoat bounce pass to Gilmore. Then Gilmore with a 2. 8-0 run for the Catamounts. 56-43. Trakish guarding Abdul Salam. He spun on him and kicked it out for 3 for Hunter. Hunter misses. Spartans have gone cold. Western Carolina smells blood in the water and tries to make it a 10-0 run. Langley grabs the rebound, and Kobe Langley looks like he's shaken up. Foul on Woolbright. See the replay here, just kind of trying to slap the ball, may have got him downstairs. Foul on Woolbright gives him 2. Western Carolina will have to get back defensively. Keep this run going. An 8-0 run. Last 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Jones with authority going in on the glass. A foul called on Gilmore with the body. Catamounts now with 17 fouls, puts UNCG in the bonus. Miles Jones at the free throw line has 2 points to his name, but 4 blocks. Misses the first free throw. Shooting 70% from the stripe this season. Jones, second one on the way. Missed it to the right. Coach Gray calls out the play as Baycoat will lead. Baycoat up against Abdul Salam. Had to fire it backwards to Gilmore, and Gilmore with a second chance puts in the 2. Gilmore with 4. 11-point lead for UNCG. A 10-0 run by the Catamounts. Keyshawn Langley tried to escape Banks on that left wing, and the foul will be on Banks. Banks with his first personal. UNCG in the bonus. That's 18 fouls on Western Carolina. Banks knew he was guilty. He threw up his hands on Keyshawn Langley. Langley with 3. Keyshawn Langley with 4, pardon me. Kobe Langley with 7. Another buzzer beater for the Langleys to end the first half. UNCG now has had 4 total this season. 57-45, it's 58-45. Lead to 13 again. UNCG has been without a field goal in the last 4 minutes. Banks from 3. Banks hits from 3. And the Catamounts needed that. Banks drops in another 3, has 11 points. He's 3 of 8 from 3-land. Tracy. Spartans lead cut to 10. Has a career high 17 points. That's 16 against UMass, 18 on the way. And that's good. Tracy 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 18 points, 7 of 9 from the field. Woolbright will penetrate in, slashes in, and the foul will be called on Tracy. That's Tracy's first foul. And Woolbright will go to the free throw line. He'll sink the first one. 6 points for Woolbright. Kobe Langley comes in. Caleb Hunter goes out. Albright also a JUCO transfer. Coach Gray beside himself as he wanted to push, and I believe Coach Gray got it. A lane violation. So Gilmore with another attempt, hoping to cut the Spartans' lead to 10 again. Short, rebound Buckingham. Buckingham, 12 points, 5 rebounds. His stat line tonight. Tracy looks for the pick from Jones. Jones, a little pick and roll. Spartans try to milk the clock here. And a reach in on Albright. Albright shakes his head in disgust, as well as Coach Gray. 7:20 left to play in this one. Catamounts not going away. They trail by 11. But Dante Tracy, there was money at the free throw line, puts in another one. Tracy, his 4th free throw of the night is good. And he's flawless from the charity stripe. 20 points for Dante Tracy. The lead 62-49. Harris from the corner. Harris will put that one in. Harris with 9 points. Harris from Charlotte, North Carolina, the same hometown as head coach Justin Gray, averaging 7.5 points per game. Has 9 tonight. Kobe Langley spinning into the lane, pump fake, puts up a shot, and does draw the contact. Kobe Langley with 14 starts. Tonight was his 15th. 7 points per game. Double bonus for the Spartans. Bonus for the Catamounts. 17 fouls on the Spartans, 11 team fouls on the Catamounts. Langley sinks that free throw. Still no field goals for UNCG over the last 5.5 minutes. In the second half, Western Carolina outscoring UNCG 24-22. Langley's second one, good. Keyshawn Langley with 5, Kobe Langley with 9. It's back to a 12-point lead for the Spartans. Driving in is Baycoat. And he can't get the and one, but he does get a foul called on UNCG. So Baycoat will go to the line. Foul on Abdul Salam. He's got 3 now. Baycoat from Hampton, Virginia, transfer from Indiana State. Averaging 7.5 on the year. He sinks the free throw. Baycoat is driving in, hoping for the challenge by Abdul Salam. Baycoat misses the second free throw, and the rebound pulled in by the Spartans. UNCG leading the rebounding category 31-26. Langley from way downtown. And Kobe Langley has got 12 points. Woolbright battling down low against Kobe Langley, and he drops one over his head for 2. Woolbright with 8. 67-55. Tracy leading the way with 20 points. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Tracy trying to drive. Ball almost taken away. Had to try to readjust himself before he made the pass. He draws the contact and another foul on the Catamounts. Check out this again. Wanted to drive left and a quick dump pass, but Baycoat got him. Baycoat with 3 personal fouls. Woolbright with 3. For UNCG, Abdul Salam has 3. Free throw good by Tracy. He's up to 21 points. Coach Gray in his first year. Coach Mike Jones says he just has this energy about him, and he gets his team to play every night, regardless of the score. Second one good. Coach Gray learned a lot from his former head coach, Skip Prosser. He passed away prematurely, year 2007. Said it's more than basketball. You got to be a teacher of the game and just a teacher of life. Funny story, back in the day when Coach Justin Gray was a part of the Wake Forest basketball team, Chris Paul, his teammate, Coach Prosser said, "You and Chris could be a coach right now." Coaching is in his blood. He's meant to do it. Western Carolina got a good one. 5:12 left to go. A lob up to Gilmore. Gilmore wanted the alley-oop, but did the smart thing, came down with it, then went back up. Puts in another deuce. Under 5 to go. 12-point lead for the Spartans. Tracy. 22 points, a career best. Keyshawn Langley with Baycoat on. A 3 on the wave by Tracy. Missed it. Rebound. Banks. Gilmore, a reverse layup. Gilmore with 8. Lead cut to 10 again. Western Carolina, last lead, is back with 13:44 left to go in the first half. The Spartans went on a run. Tracy trying to turn the corner on Baycoat. And a foul called on Baycoat as Coach Gray shakes his head. Sliding, playing defense like that, just have to get in the way. Baycoat gets called with a body, so Tracy back at the free throw line. Caught on as of late. They're going to need his services. Tracy puts in another free throw, 8 of 8 from the free throw line, 24. His career high keeps totaling up. 71-59, under 4 to go. Harris, pump fake. Buckingham. Harris already with 9 points. First free throw for him, short rebound. Abdul Salam, no. Gilmore got it back, and Gilmore tried to put it up on the side. Rebound, Abdul Salam. Abdul Salam now with 8 rebounds on the night. Just 2 points. Stoppage of time here as the referee will wipe off the basketball. A back and forth kind of season for UNCG. You look, the first half, they outscored their opponent by 13. In the second half, they've been outscored by 13. Just back and forth, back and forth. They want to finish off strong. They lead 71-59. Buckingham will drive in. Kobe Langley squares up. And missed the three. Rebound Banks for Western Carolina. They're going to have to push it. Time is against them, 3:15. Woolbright knifing in. Banks with Langley right in his face. Bako will use the pick from Gilmore, puts up a shot, and Baycott just cannot dial it in. Another rebound by UNCG. It was lopsided in the first meeting. It was lopsided in the first half. Western Carolina must have discussed that at halftime, as the gap is now closed. Now 4. UNCG drops in another 2. Pushing the lead 73-59. Layup good by Kobe Langley. And Kobe said it was last touched by Western Carolina. The referee says it'll stay down here with the Catamounts. Banks with 11. Petrakis has been quiet in the second half, still with 11 points. Woolbright, we haven't seen a lot of them either. Another whistle on the floor. Foul will be on Buckingham. So Woolbright now to the line. He's 2 of 4. He's 2 of 5 now. Spartans have led for over 31 minutes in this contest. Woolbright sinks the second one, up to 9 points on his night. Both teams in the double bonus. Here comes the press. And Langley escapes. Hunter. The Spartans had trouble with the press against Chattanooga. As Chattanooga came back by 12. Spartans still got the win. Clutch three-point shooting. Travel called on UNCG. By Langley to Tracy, has poured in 24, a career high, as his team leads by 13. And Gilmore has come alive. Lead cut to 11. 136. Tracy. Picked by Abdul Salam. 11-point lead for the Spartans. Hoping to go 9-8 in the SoCon. Tracy driving. Tracy wanted it off the glass. Rebound, Western Carolina. They're pushing it. Woolbright. First looked up, wanted to drive. Woolbright, 50 seconds. Will go up strong against Abdul Salam. Ball tipped around, and Tracy, right into my lap, is able, I believe, to keep it in bounds. We'll see what the call is. That's second time that a UNCG player, Gray, will turn his talents on the sideline. And Culloway, his team trailing 73-62. Woolbright will pull up from the corner, short. Rebound, Jones. Tracy will get it from Buckingham. And it is all but final here in Greensboro. UNCG will get their 5th win in February. Their 17th win overall. Now the goal is to finish off strong. 3 on the way from Buckingham with a cherry on top. And it's missed 6 seconds. And a late foul on Kobe Langley. Still trying to come in for the steal against Banks. So the Spartans will go 9-8. Of course, you'll watch Wofford, who's 8-8, and Mercer, who is 8-8. UNCG, you got help from Western Carolina when the Catamounts beat Mercer, pardon me. Free throw good by Banks. Banks leads all Catamounts with 13 points. 3 Cats in double figures. And UNCG, Caleb Hunter